There aren't many of us who think we get great value for our council rates, but some councils are just having a lend of us. So when these families copped a bill for curbs and gutters built 16 years ago, they refused to pay.
Away from the hustle and bustle, on the water's edge, life is pretty peaceful in this part of the world. But one day, it quickly changed. Hot on the heels of a visit from Postman Pat, blood started to boil. First came the looks, and then came the gutter talk.
Nearly as big a bunch of buffoons as the old council.
It's actually quite rude and, yeah, it's just disgusting.
In the mail was a bill, a council bill.
Opening balance 2015 correction on load from authority, $465.46.
A bill, around 4,000 of them, that this council lost for up to, wait for it, 16 years. It's been a long time coming.
Exactly. I think it's ridiculous. And on principle, I think it's wrong for the council to do such things to us.
It's a statement saying that I owe them $978.54 for curb and guttering.
How much was it again?
$978.54.
Wow. When Deborah from Blackwall on the New South Wales Central Coast rang council to question her statement, she says they apologised for taking so long to send it.
Absolutely ridiculous.
The 61-year-old didn't even live here when her curb and gutter went in.
Someone else should be paying that, shouldn't they?
Well, I guess so, yeah. Well, certainly not me.
It's outlandish, it's irresponsible, if anything, for a council. It's just a cash grab.
Neighbour Craig's been told to pay almost $400. He actually thought it was a scam.
I get a phone call from council saying, look, we've changed computer systems over and there's been an error and these bills have been sent out. I said, oh, good, so I'll just rip it up and don't worry about it. Oh, no, you've got to pay this. I said, what?
When the cash-strapped Central Coast Council sparked up those old computers, it found a goldmine. Around 4,000 ratepayers, some who've since passed, told to pay up. As council tries to, well, crawl out of a financial gutter.
A 16-year-old bill, you ever had one of those?
No, never. It's an absolute new one for me. I'm not going to pay someone else's bill. No way on earth. More than welcome to come and take out the gutter.
Craig actually remembers when it went in.
There's a bit of kerfluffle about it. They billed the residents after they'd actually laid it down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so there was a big blow-up about it.
Because your parents were living here,
Yeah, my parents were here at the time, yeah.
This is another bill on top of other bills that I don't know what to do.
Nora, a pensioner from Saratoga, says council can't even provide proof a bill was ever sent out to her mother and went unpaid.
I think the curb and guttering was already here before she moved in, which was 30 years ago.
They fortify the front of the building. If you ring up and go, hang on, I got a problem, well, talk to the hand, the face is not listening. That's what these bureaucrats have been able to get away with. And it's time that it was called.
This is the bill with the
Ex-councillor Greg Best
Who does this stuff?
says it's hard to say what's worse, the sacked council or the current one.
I mean, these people were sent in to right-side the council, not crucify the ratepayers.
In fairness, Central Coast Council has a bit going on.
Where's our money? Where's our
From the protests about huge rate rises and massive payouts to past managers
Please stop interrupting me, mate. I'm
to the peacocks that just won't stay in the park.
They fly up onto the roof, into the backyard.
Well, my car was parked here.
And of course, who can forget Wendy's accidentally crushed car?
I was pretty upset.
I can imagine.
While this bill reminder was a long time coming, the ratepayers have a tight deadline to fix it up.
It actually says, should any amount become overdue in excess of 30 days without an agreed payment plan, the account may be referred to Council's external recovery agents without further notice.
30 days and counting after 16 long years.
What was it like the first time you stood?
In case you can't remember, it was the year Tracy sat down with the Beaconsfield miners and Nicole and Keith said, "I do."
I said, well, how do you know that it hasn't been overpaid and you owe me money? Well, we don't.
These residents say Central Coast Council should just curb the cash grab, while wondering what on earth will council serve up next.
Central Coast Council says it's owed $1 million and 590 ratepayers have to pay. We'll see.